Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Alexis and this is Alexis Reloading, where I'm documenting my journey as a single mom of two to gain some independence. If you are new here, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you're not missing any of my videos, and give this video a thumbs up if you like the more conversational style of a video. As this video has said, I have paid off my loan with Onemain Financial. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you will know that I have called this loan my mental block. It is really just a constant reminder of the place that I was in when I took out this loan. Before I talk about how I was able to pay this loan off sooner than I thought I would be, I'm going to first talk about why I got into this loan in the first place. I first started with this company, I believe they were called Springleaf, in December of 2016. At the time, I was a newlywed and I had completely blown through my rent money. Scared to tell my new husband this, and I was desperate. I had heard of Springleaf through family and friends, and had heard that they were more of the secured loan companies. You know, when banks aren't giving you a loan, they would. So I contacted them. I want to first start by saying that it was my decision to start the loan with them. And ever since then, it was also my decision to increase those loan amounts. I did not know any better. I thought this was the only way out. And so I made that decision. Any statements that I am making regarding that decision is from my opinion and not factual. It's just based on my experience. My opinion based on my experience. With that being said, I only needed $1,500. I wish that I had taken out the amount that I needed and not the amount offered. Because as I know now, you know, they did not care about Alexis. They did not care about the future for me. It was just what I was eligible for. So I needed $1,500. I took out $5,000. The original loan was still not that bad. The payments were reasonable. I had an idea of, I think it was 3 years. I was going to have it paid off. No big deal. The problem for me was every 6 to 9 months, I would get loan offers letting me know I'm eligible for more money. You know, at this rate, you're making positive payments to them. You're showing consistency, so they give you more money. Again, I did not have to accept this money. I did not have to contact them for the increase, but you know, you're waving money around to desperate people, and it just seemed like it made sense. That was the only way to get out of the situations that I was putting myself in financially. The last loan that I took with them was in April of 2019, and it was for $15,562. At that time, I believe it was about a $5,000 increase from my previous loan that I had with them, but it was still a lot of money. I had hoped that my car would last for 5 years. I had just fixed a few things on my car, and for the most part, it was running pretty good. But in November of 2019, I realized my car, something's wrong. I took it to a mechanic and they said that it was the transmission and my radiator. The cost to fix my car was more than if I were to just buy the car again. So because of that, I bought a new car. I bought my Toyota Camry, and I was just paying 2 car notes. I have mentioned in previous videos that in March of 2020 is kind of when I had my aha moment, my sick and tired moment, my I want to get out of this moment. And that's when I started making the plan to aggressively pay off my Onemain Financial loan. At this time, I didn't have any disdain for them as a company. I just knew that I couldn't afford to pay 2 car notes. That was really my goal of paying them off, was I can't afford 2 car notes. But once I started making the principal reduction payments, that's when my disdain for this company started happening. May, I sent them an additional, I believe it was $1,500 that I sent them that month. And that was the first big additional payment that I had made. And 2 weeks later, I got an offer letter for the amount that I had just paid. And since then, it had been consistent. I would make these additional payments, and then shortly after, I would get another payment update that said, hey, you're eligible for more money. I am thankful that I was in a position where I did not need this money. But it's frustrating because I can see, as somebody who was in a desperate situation, when they offer you more money with no care that you're trying to pay them off, I could see somebody falling to this trap and taking that offer. And then being stuck in that position again. I am not assuming that an actual person was sending out these offer letters to me. I think it is more likely that they probably have an auto-generated system that just sends these offer letters, call them up, say, hey, take me off that system. But in November of 2020, after having already paid off $10,000 to this company, I did get a cold call. That frustrated me even more than the emails that I was getting for this. I got somebody from my local branch called me and said, hey, your customer appreciation, if you'd like, we can send you $5,000 now, and it would make my loan amount $9,000, and you won't have a payment until January of 2021. Old Alexis would have jumped on that offer, with all that's going around globally. And then on top of, it being around Christmas time, who doesn't need more money? For me, I was on track. I knew I wanted to be done with this company, so I didn't take that offer. But it is very frustrating that their practice would be to target people like that. Like, you can clearly see that I'm trying to pay you off. I've already at that point paid $10,000 that year. That was way more than what they had wanted me to pay. And you're still targeting me. You're still going after me. That's really where my disdain grew. I put myself in that position when I contacted them. I wholeheartedly took the additional loans. Nobody forced me to take the loans. I knew what I was doing. I had hoped, that my car would last me the length of those loans, but I knew what type of loan they were. They had clearly explained to me that if I pay it at the rate that they're suggesting, I'm going to pay double for the loan. But to target people who are obviously trying to get out of those type of loans, it doesn't seem right to me. So how did I pay the car off? Well, if you saw my previous budget video, I was not planning on having this car paid off until February of 2021. Last week, I made my normal payment, plus I think I paid, I don't know how much my snowball amount was, but I paid the snowball. My new balance was $2,099. I actually, on the 14th, I went to my local casino, and I think I was there like 20 minutes, and I had won some money while I was there. And with my winnings, I just decided I'm going to pay them off. Before I get a chance to spend this money on something else and make excuses for myself, I'm just going to send that money to them. So I called them on Friday, and of course I was on hold for about 5 to 10 minutes, and somebody answered and accepted this payment as a debit card transaction, which surprised me because all previous principal reduction payments had to go via check. That's another thing, they made it so impossible to pay them before, but to pay them off, it was easy. I am still thankful for them. I go back and forth. I don't like predatory lending. The secured loans, the payday loans, the title loans, it's a rat race. It's really hard to get out of it once you get in it. You took a loan on this car that, like I said, it was worth at the time $3,000-$4,000, and you gave me $15,000 for it. I accepted the loan. I didn't have to accept the loan, but in accepting this type of loan, I put myself in a position to where when something happened to the car, I wasn't able to trade it in because it's not worth what I have on it. So paying that double car payment for a year, it really just kind of reminded me that I don't want to be in that position again. That's kind of how Alexis reloading happened, how am I supposed to pay for my own place with my kids when paying daycare, when paying car loans, when paying personal loans, when paying credit cards? I mean, that really is just what started my goal of paying everything off. I'm glad I paid them off. I was already on track to pay them off. But even just paying them off that 1 month earlier, it has cleared my mental block. It makes me feel so good knowing that next month, that $457 is going to go to a credit card, or it's going to go to my other car. I mean, it's going to go somewhere that has lower interest. So it's going to apply more to the principal, and it's just going to make me feel so much better not having to be a part of it. I hope that if you are in a situation like I was in, you're desperate. I'm not saying don't utilize the resources that are available to you. If this is your last resource, you gotta feed your babies. You gotta do what you gotta do. But just know what you're doing when you do it. Take out what you need, not what they're offering, and pay it as fast as you can. Because like I said, if I had paid it the way they wanted me to pay, I'd still owe them $12,000, and even in this year alone, paying them aggressively, I still paid them $21,000 this year on a $15,000 loan. And that wasn't even the first year I had the loan. In 10 months, I paid them $21,000. The year before that, I paid them another $6,000. It's just, like I said, it's that predatory lending style that it boils me. So if you're in that position, I can't tell you what to do with your money. I've been there. I've done that. I just can only hope that if you're faced with that choice, get what you need, not what you want. And that's going to do it for today's video. Again, if you are not subscribed to my channel, I hope that you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're not missing any of my videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.